All right, welcome back to Central Valley Buzz, everybody. I'm your host, Chuck Leonard. You heard that music. You know what time it is. It's Thursday. It's time to go back to Old Town Mariposa. But we have a little different twist for you this week. Instead of Bob Borchard from Bet's Gold Coin, we have Bob Borchard. Hey, how's it going? Nice to meet you. Bob Borchard's son, Bob. How's it going?
Good.
Now, we're going to take it a little different this week. We usually talk about organized events that are coming up in Mariposa.
Right.
But you had the luck of growing up in God's country in Mariposa. And because of that, you like to experience the things that God provided for you guys up there, the entertainment that's there year-round.
Right, Chuck. It was luck that I got blessed with growing up in Mariposa. So we like to talk about things that we're going to do before Music on the Green and stuff like that today.
Yes, of course. I love the outdoors. However, from the pictures that I've seen, you love the outdoors, but you take it to a whole nother level.
Absolutely. Yeah. Some people say the sports that we do are kind of extreme. We don't like to think of them as extreme. They're just kind of what God gave us to do, you know. Like we don't have movie theaters in Mariposa, you know.
Right.
We don't
so
have
instead you would do
rock climbing,
right,
or river rafting.
Well, river rafting, I saw a picture the other day of you diving into the river, apparently during a flood.
Right, it was flood stage. It was flowing pretty heavy that day, but some people call that the perfect condition for, doing what we do.
When I see that picture, I go, was he saving someone's life or taking his in his own hands? Was that for fun?
That was a really interesting photo. Actually, I can't believe the guy that shot it, he caught it just right. We were riding during a flood stage, 9,000 cubic feet. That's how they measure in rain flow, 9,000 cubic feet per second, and it was just perfect. And I was jumping off of a rock to get into this thing called a river wave. And what a river wave is where the water comes down. River rafters and kayakers use them too, but we ride on these sponge boards.
Kind of like a boogie board.
Like a boogie board,
right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Except we face upriver, and these waves hold us in, and we're kind of riding in an ocean wave, but it never ends. You can just keep riding.
Wow.
Over and
wow,
over.
and it looked so powerful, like it was moving so fast.
Yeah, we wear a lot of protective gear, wetsuits and life preservers, helmets, fins. There's always a buddy spotting you,
Well, I grew up in going and playing Little League baseball. You're growing up jumping into the Merced River.
Oh, it's ice cold as well.
It's got to be.
Cold.
It's snow water is what it is.
Snow melt.
Now, but you growing up there, this is all just second nature to you, isn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, when the season's right, it's any number of things that it's time to go out and do. Weekend comes and either the river's rushing, and it's time to go river-boarding or kayaking, or the river's warm and it's calm and it's hot outside and it's time to go swimming.
Let's talk about the mountains now. We've talked about the river. Let's talk about what you do up in the mountains.
So Mariposa County encompasses Yosemite National Park, the large majority of Yosemite National Park. The national park itself is about the size of Rhode Island, so we have a lot of area to explore, and it's our backyard.
So as a child, growing up there, I'm sure you know some places that no one ever goes.
No, there's some secret spots for sure. But some of the best spots in Yosemite are available just to every man, boy, or child that drives up into the park. I guess the Yosemite Valley is the most popular, and we do a lot of climbing in Yosemite Valley. Rock climbing, mountain climbing. But there's a sport called bouldering where it's kind of like you don't need all the gear, that for regular rock climbing you just need some shoes, and some chalk.
So what do you mean shoes and chalk?
Well, we have these special little shoes that you slip on, and they have sticky rubber on them. They're specially made. And you don't really always need special climbing shoes. You can just go out and kind of mess around on the rocks.
But the chalk, what is that for?
The chalk is a powder that kind of you see the gymnasts use them.
Okay.
They chalk up.
All right.
And it makes it dries the oils out on your hands. Better grip.
So you walk up on a mountain, you go that one right there, and you just start going at it.
Yeah, not everyone. I mean, just some mountains are better than others, but we tend to target the more aesthetic. El Capitan and Half Dome, and climbs like that. Yosemite Falls, another beautiful one.
Now, as you grow older, and you meet more people, and do you find that your childhood is just a little bit more special?
Yeah,
being able to grow up in Mariposa.
where you grow up kind of defines you. Definitely. When I joined the Army, a lot of people were like, "No way, Borchard. There's no way." Where did you grow up again?
Little town up in the mountains.
Yeah.
But they had no idea what you've experienced up there.
But to us up there, it's everyday kind of thing. It's what we do. We go climbing, or we go slacklining, or river rafting, or any number of things.
Did that help you out, growing up in the mountains and then getting ready for the Army?
Myself included, every person that I've met that went into the military coming from Mariposa does really well. I don't know why.
Because it's what they've done since they've been a kid, right?
Put a backpack on and go for a hike.
Adventurous.
Yeah.
Adventurous.
Call it what you
Now,
want.
do you ever have people say, "Hey, Bob, can you just take me on one of these hikes and show me
All the
something
time.
that?" Do you really?
I do.
And where do you normally take people?
Just you kind of have to keep a guide mentality for a lot of these things, because you can't just take you, for instance. I wouldn't take you out on the river at 9,000 feet.
Please don't.
I wouldn't. But we'd go out, on an easy day, and we'd hang out. And when it comes to rock climbing, it's the same kind of thing. We wouldn't go do something really hard right away. We'd go practice. We'd learn, and then if you did well, we'd step it up, go bigger, better places.
Cool.
We also have in Mariposa, we have a lot of dirt biking that we do up there, and I know that
And
a
you're
lot of
talking
people.
bicycle.
No, well, there's
Motorcycle
bicycling,
dirt biking.
motocross. Yeah.
Whereabouts?
We do like a lot of the Forest Service roads. We have massive forests up there.
And they just go on and on and on. You can
Thousands
go
of
forever.
miles. Yeah.
How fun. Now, this time of the year, it's really warm out. And if you were, say, a teenager, what would be the things that you'd be doing on the weekends up there?
Oh, I'd be with all my friends down at the river, probably.
Just hanging out?
Just hanging out, going swimming, going fishing in the afternoon.
And is there any natural type slides, or is there any ropes to go off of?
Loads of them, all up and down the river.
Is there really? Well, you know what? One of these days, I would love to come up there and have some fun with you guys, checking out all these new things. Now, we have some pictures here that we want to go through. This one right here.
Oh, we're talking about Half Dome. That's a hike, actually. A lot of people go up to Yosemite for the hiking, and it's kind of a thing that you and I could do. We could go for a hike.
Now, have you been to Half Dome? Have you
Yeah.
been to the top?
Yes.
How many times?
Over 80 times.
You've been on the top of Half Dome 80 times.
Yeah.
Wow. How long does it take?
It depends. It would take a guy like, a normal dude, it would take him about 8 hours.
From the start to finish to get to the top?
Yeah.
8 hours?
Yeah.
And then how long to get down?
You could do it in about half the time, 4 hours, because you gain 4,000 feet in elevation, 4,500 feet in elevation.
Wow. Now, have you camped on top?
No, bad place to camp. You don't want to camp up there. It's really windy and cold.
It's
illegal.
I'll take your word for that one, pal. Now, this next picture that we have here.
So that's climbing in Mariposa. We have the world-class climbing of Yosemite just around the corner, but in Mariposa itself, and a lot of the local boys know that the climbing's great. There's boulders and even bigger climbs to do.
Excellent. Now, here's that picture that I was talking about. This is absolutely an insane picture. Where was the guy standing that took this one?
He's standing on the side of the river.
I've been to that river, and that's a great shot because that's a wide river.
Yeah.
That's an
flowing
awesome
pretty
shot.
heavy.
And here's a picture of you in the water itself.
Right.
And this is where you're working the wave?
Yeah, so you kind of just sit there, and you're not completely relaxed, but the wave holds you in, and you can ride it just like an ocean wave.
But
Surfer
it's
steering.
got to be the noise. It's got to be loud, and the water. It's so strong. It's got to be a rush, right?
It's pretty intense.
Now, would you teach someone to do that, or do they just have to have it in them?
I've taught a lot of people how to do it.
More
every year.
I don't think I want any part of that. Okay, Rob Borchard, thank you very much for coming by.
Music on the green.
Oh, we have music on the green to talk about. Okay,
right.
let's do
So
that.
this weekend, actually, I'm supposed to talk for the Art Council. We have the Little Fuller Band.
Okay.
Have you heard them?
No, I haven't.
Well, you're going to this weekend. On August 1st, which is Friday night,
I believe
the
so.
Little Fuller Band, they're coming from Orange County, I believe. No, we don't know where they're coming from, but they're heavily rhythmic vocal harmony. So
excellent. Well, I haven't seen a band up there that I didn't just absolutely love anyway.
they all do pretty good. Then on Saturday we have JJ Reimer,
Okay.
and he's a singer-songwriter. He's kind of like a Mellencamp, Springsteen kind of guy.
Nice.
And he's playing Saturday night, and his band, they're from Orange County. Be sure to bring your blankets and a little bit of extra money to tip them, because all the bands play for free.
I understand. Okay. And what's going on at Bet Spot Gold Coin this weekend?
Oh, right, the Cottonwood Creek on Friday, is it Friday night?
Cottonwood Creek. Excellent band
Don't
right
miss
there.
'em.
Rob, thank you very much for coming down to be
Thanks,
on the
Chuck.
buzz. We'll see you up in Mariposa. I'm going to take you up on this.
Stop
All
by.
right, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back on the buzz. Stick around.